Hello and welcome to this week's Q&A. This week's question is about relationships and a particularly fond one for me. It goes like this. My partner and I moved in together recently and seem to be arguing a lot about silly things like cleaning and shopping expenses, etc. It's affecting our mood in general, and I think we're both worried that we may have made a mistake. I guess that means by moving in together. Can you help with this? So there's a few things in here. First of all, moving in together for the first time is always a pretty topsy-turvy time. I mean, you think you know each other. I don't know how long this couple have been together. Sometimes, and guilty or on in the past, moving in together very quickly can send you into a bit of a shock because you thought you knew the person and everything was so great. And then you move in together and everything changes because there are problems all of a sudden. Who would have thought? These problems are pretty easy fixed. So the domestic side of living together, I have a concept called directorships that I work with couples. And actually I had a couple last week or the week before who have been practicing directorship, set it all up and have said that they can't believe how helpful it's been and they've been barely arguing at all, if at all. So directorships are basically dividing up the entire domestic load, everything to do with your shared life in a house or flat, wherever you're living. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but put it on a spreadsheet or somewhere, just map out daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, what needs to be done, just loose, and you can keep adding to it. And then who does what and when. It just takes out I thought you would do it, I did it last time. We want to eradicate as many arguments as possible, as much room for disagreement or misunderstanding as possible. And while I'm on that, they are the two only categories of conflict. You're either disagreeing about the same one, there's a thing and you're saying, no, I don't agree, or you're having a misunderstanding where one person's saying this and the other person's talking about a different thing. So that's just something to be mindful of. So setting up directorships, who does what and when, and you can swap it around. You've got director of meal planning and shopping is one that I recommend go together, and then maybe share the cooking. You've got bins out, you've got outdoor maintenance, indoor maintenance, everything. Put it all down and allocate areas to each other, and you can swap around every 3 months or whatever. So try that. The other thing about this question is about expenses. So another thing that I highly recommend to couples who've just moved in together is to have a financial model that you agree on. If you've just moved in, you're not wanting to, grow funds together or anything like that, that's okay. This is more about having one bank account that all the expenses of the shared life come out of, all the bills, rent, all of that, whatever it is. And then obviously you have your own bank accounts. But this model works well because each person can see where all the money is going out, and then you agree on how much money you're putting in each month. Just keeps track of it in a very clear way. Again, the whole reason for this is to minimize the opportunity for misunderstanding and disagreement. So that is my response to this question. I hope it's been helpful. Please send your question by email, or direct message is fine as well. Email joe@mindbodyretreat.com.au or DM me. See ya.